Hey, morning everybody. Morning everyone. Just want to say morning to you. Just want to say I hope that this morning is a great morning for you. I hope you remember to give God thanks that He woke you up this morning to see this beautiful, this bright day which He has made. So let us rejoice, let us be glad in it, and let us be thankful because, you know, there's so many things bombarding our minds in a negative manner, but there are so many things that should bombard our minds in a positive manner. You know, I was listening to Betty White. You remember that lady from Golden Girls? She celebrated her 95th birthday just 2 days ago. And the lady looks absolutely lovely. She looks fabulous. I mean, oh my God. I'm like, that's how I would want to look at age 95 or even better. You know what I'm saying? And when I saw her at 95 and Katie Couric, that news reporter, was interviewing her, it's basically what Katie Couric was saying is how you do it. I mean, it's not like she's asking really how she live so long. But, you know, a lot of superstars, you know, you wouldn't expect them to go on. The Bible says 70, and if by reason of strength more. She certainly has gone on by reason of strength. But in one of the questions, Katie Couric asks Betty White, she said, how do you feel about the two actresses that died recently? I don't remember their names. They died in their 60s, just recently. And I guess it's mother and daughter. And she said, well, the good thing is at least they're together. She made a joke, but in other words, she said, look here, dearie, I'm just a positive person. She said, you have to be positive in your thinking. You have to be positive in your mind. And that is what keeps that beauty. She said they still call her for acting shows, for movies. They still call her for different roles, you know, in the movies. They still call her for ads and so many different things. And she said, just do good to people and keep a positive outlook on life. She's outlook on life. And I went on her biography, you know, and I was looking, you know, just seeing, you know, what her life was like. And I don't know if you remember the other actress in Golden Girls, the one that said people used to say is a man, a favorite man. I don't remember her name right now. Dorothy, I think her name was, in the show. And it would say Offset. She and Dorothy would have their tug-on-war. I said tug-on-war, you know, because I'm wondering, Betty White is such a very lively lady, a very pleasant lady. And she said that's what used to annoy Dorothy, because she was just always so positive. And sometimes as human beings, when we see somebody always bubbly, lively, positive, it don't mean that they don't have challenges and troubles, you know. But they have decided, look here, I'm not going to allow my challenge to overcome me. I must overcome my challenge. I must overcome my situation. You know what I'm saying? She was married 3 times, Betty White that is. And the last husband, I guess I'm saying 3 times is a charm. You know, that's the saying normally that a lot of persons would make. And sadly, he died because he was ill. But she said that, you know, that man was just a wonderful man to her, you know. They didn't have any children, but that man was just a wonderful man to her because I guess how he treated her, and they created that balance. You know, it's important when you find somebody, you know, that you find you must be similar in values, similar in, when I say similar in thinking, meaning you can't be a completely different person. You don't like this, you don't like that, you don't like that, and the other person likes this, likes, you know, when you look at when you look at the pros and the cons way outweigh, you're gonna have problems. If two can't agree, you cannot walk. You have to have similarity. So when I talk about opposites attract, really it means man and woman, you know. And yes, men are gonna have their slight differences, you know, the things that they like, masculine things that they like, and women the very same feminine things. But you must have that similarity so that you create that bond, that unity, that love, you know, that will just transcend things and allow your lives to be much better. So I want to encourage us today, in spite of the challenges, in spite of the difficulties that you may face, because we will face them. It don't matter if you're rich, you're poor, you're in between, wherever you may fall, you will have your difficulties in different ways. It may be a challenge of illness, it may be financial challenge, it may be an emotional challenge, something that may be bugging you, may be bothering you, may be like a thorn to you. In spite of that, you should, what I'm encouraging you to do is have a positive outlook on life. I'm not talking about being stupid or being foolish and act as though you know, like you're living in this blissful world, like you're not living on earth. That's not what I'm saying. I am saying declare positive things over your life and say, you know what, in spite of whatever I'm going through, I'm a blessed person. I'm highly favored by God. I'm wonderful. I'm beautiful. I'm handsome. I'm gifted. I'm talented. I'm confident, not cocky. you know. I'm peaceful, I'm loving. Just keep, you know, saying these things over and over. I'm healthy, I'm wealthy. Even if it is that right there in the physical, you may not see all of that. Just keep doing it daily. You know, sometimes when, you know, if I'm resting or relaxing or, you know, not really sleeping at that moment, but just kind of relaxing and meditating. And sometimes you may feel the doubts come on. I just start to think in my mind. I start to say no. Because, you know, when you feel very doubtful, it just affects your emotion. And you start to get very antsy. You start to get very, just very, irritated and irritable. And everything just seems cloudy. Everything seems dark. And you kind of respond maybe a little harsh way to your spouse or to your mother, or to your father, or to your child, or whoever you may be around, because you're starting to allow the doubt and fear to take effect. Just turn it around and say, no. I may feel this and I know my situation, but you know, I will overcome. I will overcome. The myriads of stories that a number of persons talk about when they speak this way over their lives, it's uncanny. I was listening to Jim Carrey. I think I've said this already in one of my other videos, where he said, he was very poor, and I guess he would want to be a multi-millionaire like anyone else, you know, who is a multi-millionaire. And he said he wrote himself a check, put it in his wallet. The thing became tattered and torn. And he said it just made him feel good when he would picture himself in roles, picture himself, you know, in Hollywood, just doing things to make people laugh. And that is true. You know, can you imagine, you know, when you envision yourself doing something good, or you're on the big stage and doing something good, just think about when you come back to yourself, you know what I mean, come back to reality, that feeling that it leaves with you, like I say, oh my God, that just felt good within. So that is what positivity does. When you start to think on something negative, that's why it's important to sow seeds of goodness, so that when you reflect on things that are good, so it gives you that feeling within. A merry heart is like medicine, you know. There's some diseases and illnesses, and my strongest belief, with God's help naturally, can be healed without you necessarily having to take any synthetic drug. It's just by your lifestyle, by your attitude. You know what I mean? Because Betty White may not have been a health guru or whatever it is. I don't remember reading anything like that. It doesn't mean that she ate frivolously. What I'm simply saying is it's a holistic lifestyle. Eating right, dieting right. But you know, she just said she was just positive. She was just determined to be positive. And I guess maybe she never even dreamed that she would have been living this long. Now the lady, I mean, when I saw this, the lady looked like in her 80s. She just looks so good at 95. I mean, back in the day when you see somebody 95, you're thinking, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? And she said she's so happy that her mind is clear and coherent. She's not senile, or, you know, like Chago. And she's so happy that, you know, she can still act at 95. Back in the day, by the time you touch 60 something, the man tells her, go and go sit down in a rocking chair. And the lady's still acting. I mean, oh gosh, that's a blessed life. That's a blessed life. A God. I mean, I don't even know what to say. My heart was so full. I felt so good. It's almost like I'd reach out to her and give her a hug and say, oh my goodness. Because she said she just was positive. She just was positive. It don't matter if others have not said positive things to you. You can choose to be positive. I have made that choice, especially for 2017. I've made that choice. I'm going to be positive. It's not going to be easy. There are days I'm going to feel down. There are days I'm going to just feel, oh, you know what I mean? But I'm making that decision to consistently choose to be positive. And I'm speaking positivity over your lives today. You are blessed. You are nothing less than blessed. You are highly favored by God. You are special. You are wonderfully made. You are nothing less. You are just gorgeous before God. You're beautiful. You're handsome. You know, when you look at yourself, just see the beauty that Jesus has placed inside of you. You're not bitter. You're not angry. You're loving. You're peaceful. You are just wonderful. I'm speaking that over your life because that is who you are. You just need to believe that. You need to tap into that. No one is better than you. You're not better than anybody else. You may have a little bit more money right now than somebody else. Still human being. Still human. You know? So I just wanted to just tap into that positivity. Live that positive.